Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing my TBR for August, and I'm really excited about this. My TBR didn't go super well in July. I didn't read a lot of the books on my TBR, but I think the main reason why is because one, I was really busy, and two, I read Stephen King's Pet Sematary, and that book took me forever to read. I feel like Stephen King is not the type of author that you can just like rush through or anything. Like, you really have to take your time with his books, and that's what I wanted to do with Pet Sematary, and so it ended up taking me like 3 weeks to read. Well, maybe not 3 weeks, like 2.5 or something like that. So yeah, I didn't get to a lot of the books. I got to 2 of them, which is, I still think, pretty good, and I think it was a success because I got to read my first Stephen King, so that was good. But this month I really want to get to much more of the books, and I have a lot of books that I kind of want to get to, and I'm kind of in like a YA mood. I don't know what it is. Like, do you ever just get in like these weird reading moods where you just want to read like a certain type of book? That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I don't know why, so maybe I can get some YA on this list. Anyways, let's go ahead and just jump in and start my picking and see what I come up with. Let's see what my first prompt is. TBR jar pick. Okay, so I have about 5 of these in my TBR jar, and basically what this means is I pick out of my other TBR jar, which is basically just book titles. So I don't get to pick based on a prompt. The TBR jar picks for me. So I've been trying to keep this a little bit updated, so I'm putting in some of my newer books that I've purchased. That way they're not all like really old. Love Naturally. Okay, so this one's kind of new. It's not super new, but it's a little bit new. So this is Love Naturally. I actually picked this pretty recently for a prompt, and I actually didn't end up getting to this. I think I picked this for a cozy read because this is about a girl who plans like a cabin vacation for her and her boyfriend, but right before the vacation comes, they end up breaking up, so she decides to go by herself. And in the process, she ends up meeting, I think, a guy that lives in this little town. I think he might own the cabin or something like that, and they end up meeting, and it's supposed to be some cute little romance. So I think this is like really fun, really cute, really cozy, and I think it takes place in the summer, which is perfect for this time of year because this is August. So I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be good, and I'm kind of in the mood for a good romance. That is book number 1. Let's go ahead and do book number 2. Okay. A duology. A duology. So either continue a duology or pick a new book from a duology. Am I in the middle of a duology right now? I can't think. I'm gonna have to look at my phone. Okay, so I really don't want to start a new series right now, but I don't think that I'm in the middle of any duologies, and this is a book that I've been wanting to read forever. Literally forever. I have not ever unhauled this book because I've wanted to read it for so long, and it is Spin the Dawn. This was on my TBR for last year, like my yearly TBR, and then I ended up not reading it, but I still kept it around. So this is like a YA fantasy book, and I think it's about a girl who has powers that she like can sew into clothes or something like that, and then like the clothing is like powerful or magical. That's what I'm guessing. I don't really know, but I'm not going to read the back because I don't really want to know. I want to go into this blind. But this cover has always been so beautiful to me, and I've always just absolutely loved this cover so much, and it's why I have never like unhauled this, even though it's taken me so long to read it. And this is a duology. The second book is Unravel the Dusk right here, and I've actually heard that the first book is really good, but the second book is like kind of so-so. So hopefully I end up liking both of them. I don't know. It's a YA, so I think they're going to be pretty quick reads, but I've heard that this first one is really good. I'm just crossing my fingers that I like the second one. So we're going to do Spin the Dawn. Let's see what my next one is. Ooh, a celestial cover. Do you know what? I think... So I've been reading this little series, Court of Darkness and Court of Shadows. And both of these are celestial, right? So I'm gonna see what the third book is. I think it might be Swords. I think it's Swords, so it may not be celestial. But the thing about these books is the background is galaxy. So it looks like space with like stars and stuff. So I'm gonna see if the third book has stars on it. Court of what? Where is it? Oh, Court of Night. Okay, so this is the cover of Court of Night, which is the third book. And I'm gonna say it counts because there is space in the background with stars, and then there's like kind of stars on the cover as well. Yes, it's swords, but there's still like a galaxy with stars and stuff in the background. And I'm gonna count that as Celestial. And I'm just going to put this book in the pile, which is the second book, but I'm going to put it in the pile because Court of Night is actually coming in the mail today. Like, I'm supposed to get it in the mail today. So I'm going to put this one in the pile to kind of hold its place, but that is going to be the next book. And you know what? I'm going to put the fourth book on this TBR as well, which is Court of Dreams. And that is a celestial cover too. So I'm going to put this on as a bonus book for my TBR. So this month I'm going to have 8 books on my TBR because I have a feeling that I'm just going to want to go into the fourth book, which is the final book, after I read Court of Night. So this is the next prompt. Let's do a good one. I want like a fun one. I keep getting like the most boring prompts ever, and I know I have fun prompts in here. Okay, so number generator shelf. And then number generator vertical shelf. So basically I do 1 through 3 in a number generator. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. And I do a number generator for what shelf on that shelf, and then I have to pick a book on that specific shelf. Does that make sense? So that's what we're gonna do. So minimum will be 1, maximum will be 3. Is this working? Let's do generate. 1. Okay, so that's this shelf. Okay, so now we have, I'm not going to count the top shelf because that just has Lore Olympus. I've read them all, and then I've read the other 2 books up there, so I'm not going to count that one. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Oops, generate. 4. Okay, so that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that is a good shelf. So that is my shelf down here. I'll show you guys. So as you can see right here, this is my black shelf. And it's basically just a bunch of random books with black spines, and there's a ton of books on that shelf, so it's like the perfect book shelf to get for this prompt. So I'm gonna go ahead and look right here. Let's see. Okay, you guys, this one is really exciting. This has been on my shelf for a really long time, and I actually kind of forgot what this was about, so it's just been sitting on my shelf because I've never really felt the need to pick it up because I kind of forgot what it was about. But I just read the back, and I'm like, I am excited for this one again. So this is The Last True Poets of the Sea. This is a YA, but the synopsis sounds so good. Like, I wish I would have read it sooner. So this is about a girl and her brother, and they have a great-great-grandmother, or great-great-great-grandmother, I don't know, who got in a shipwreck, and she swam to shore and she founded this little town that her and her brother go visit every summer. And her brother is going through a really hard time, and so while he is in treatment, she goes back to this little town and she wants to kind of discover and look for and find this lost sunken ship that her grandma was on when it sunk. So she meets this historian, like, you know, shipwreck hunter girl, and they go and they want to go find this ship, right? But I think this is like a sapphic romance, and it's YA, and they end up falling in love, and lots of really cool, crazy things happen, I guess. But apparently this is like a beautiful story. I've heard such amazing things about this story, and I'm really excited to read this now because I have to tell you, I love coastal books and coastal stories, and I love ships in stories. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't think they're going to be on a ship. You know, they're looking for a ship, but I still think that this sounds so, so good. So I'm actually really excited to read this. Yay! Okay, so let's see, 3 more. And I want to get an audiobook this month. I didn't get one last month, and so I've been listening to an audiobook that wasn't even on my TBR because I didn't pick an audiobook. So I need to remember to pick audiobooks. Author with the first name of one of my initials, so C, A, or F. So the author's first name has to start with a C, an A, or an F. I'm gonna look at my audiobooks first and see if I can find anything in there. Ashley Poston. Oh, ooh. So I have 2 books by Cara Bastone. Now I read one Cara Bastone on audio at the very, very, very beginning of the year, and I really liked it. It was a really fun, quick, like, romance, and I really enjoyed it. And the interesting thing about this is her name is actually Cara. She doesn't have an H on the end like I do, but the fact that her first name is Cara, I have to pick one of these. So I could either pick Seatmate or Love at First Psych. And I think I'm gonna go with, I don't know what they're really about, to be honest. I just add them to my Audible because I knew I liked her other book. I think I'm gonna pick, which one should I pick? I think I'm gonna pick, so I accidentally just clicked one, Love at First Psych. So that's gonna be my book for this prompt. And I don't know what this is about. I really have no idea. So that is gonna be my book for this one, and I think that's the perfect choice. Since her name is actually Cara, and I don't meet a lot of Caras, that's like the perfect choice, I think. So, okay, 2 more books. A book with blue on the cover. Okay, I like these ones because they are easy and like there's a lot of options, you know what I mean? So let me think. I don't have any thrillers yet, so a thriller might be kind of good. I actually made a little pile over here of books that I kind of wanted to get to. So this is a thriller that I just got. This is All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. Actually, I think this is more, not, it's a thriller, but like more of like a thriller mystery. So there's like a mystery involved. And I've heard really, really good things about this book. So I'm kind of excited. And like I said, I feel like this is one of those books where you either really, really like it or you're like not, you know, a super big fan of it. But I've heard that the twist is really good. And I think that this is the book. I feel like this cover is kind of going through like a phase where other books and other authors are trying to take this cover and kind of like make their own rendition of it. So I feel like there's other books out there that look like this. So I hope I'm not getting it confused with like another book, but I think that this is the one. Plus it's really short. Like this is a pretty short book and it's going to be a pretty quick read. I think that this might be a YA, but I'm not 100% sure because the font is actually pretty large as well. So I think this is going to be a really quick book to get through, but I'm excited. Hopefully I like it. I don't know much about it at all, but I know it involves like a missing person. So last and final pick. I don't know what other book. I have fantasies, I have a romance, I have a thriller. A book you have never seen anyone review. Okay, so this one's fun because I feel like I do have some books on my shelf where I've never seen anybody talk about them. A lot of times they're like really old books that are just random, but I do have some on my bookshelf that would fit this prompt. So I have to look around a little bit. So hold on. Okay, I found one. I am reading so many YA books this month, which is really funny. And like I said, sometimes I get in YA moods and I want to read a ton of YA. I don't know why, because I'm not always in a YA mood, but like I feel like I'm kind of in a YA mood right now. I don't know why. But I decided to pick this one, and I've never heard anybody review this book because I didn't buy this book because I'd heard about it anywhere, right? So it's called The Survival Kit, and this has been on my shelf for literally years. I'm not even kidding. And the reason why it's been on my shelf is because I did her hair and makeup for this photo shoot. So I'm a makeup artist and a hairstylist, if you guys didn't know, and most of you guys know that, but I do a lot of, well, I don't do a lot, but I have some experience with like print work and stuff like that, and so they contacted me to do this cover. And I actually forgot about it completely. I like did the work and then I went home, never thought about it again. And then this one day I was like, wait a second, I did a book cover. Like, and I totally forgot about it. So I went to my email and I like scoured my email to try to find this email about this book cover shoot, and I found it, and because I wanted to know what the title was because I wanted to buy it and read it. And so I ended up finding the email and I bought the book, and because I wanted to see how the cover turned out, if I'm being honest. I didn't know what the cover looked like. And I found it and I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So I ended up buying it, and I've never read it. I just kind of wanted to have it. And this is like a really bad copy, to be honest. I think it's like an old library copy, but yeah, so that's why I have this book, because I did the hair and makeup for the cover. And I'm kind of interested to read it, to be honest. It's a YA, it's really short, really quick, really easy, but I think it's about a girl whose mom dies, and before her mom dies, her mom puts together this survival kit. And I think it's like things that her mom wants her to do or wants her to like try, and she wants to go and, you know, fulfill this survival kit that her mom kind of put together for her. It's something along those lines, I think. So this is the book I'm going to read. I'm finally going to read the book that I did the makeup for on the cover. So that is my last and final book. Like I said, this book has 8 books on it instead of 7 because I did a bonus book, which is the Court of Dreams. Is that what it was? So let's go ahead and go through all the books that I decided to choose for this TBR. We have Love It Naturally, which was the TBR Jar pick. So I didn't get to pick this one, it picked it for me. But I'm actually excited for this one. I think it's perfect for summer. We have The Survival Kit, which is a book that I've never heard anybody talk about. All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers, which is a book with blue on the cover. We have Court of Night and Court of Dreams. These are placeholders for them, and this was for a celestial cover. We have Spin the Dawn, which is a book in a duology. And then The Last True Poets of the Sea by Julia Drake, which was on my black shelves that the number generator picked for me. So I'm excited for this one. I think I might start this one first, but I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, I'm just excited for this one now all of a sudden. So that is it, guys. That is my, oh, and then I also picked the Cara book, which was a author with the first letter as one of my initials. So that is my TBR, and I'm really excited for this one. I have a feeling I'm going to get to a lot of these because none of them are overly long and none of them are going to take me a really long time like Pet Sematary did. So I feel like I'm actually going to get to a lot of these books, and I'm kind of in a reading mood, and like I said, I'm in a YA mood, which rarely happens, but when I know what my mood is, like, you know, when you're very aware of what you're wanting to read, you feel like you're going to read a lot. That's kind of, I feel like, where I'm at right now. Like, I know what I want to read, because sometimes I get in these moods where I have no clue what I feel like reading. Like, I don't know. And so it's hard to like pick the right book for the right time. But right now I feel like I know what I want to read. So anyways, guys, that is it for this video. And I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Let me know what is on your TBR for this month. And let me know what book you think I should read first. And which ones I should really prioritize this month. And I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.